My name is Belinda Nicholson, and for the last 4 years I've been the Dean of Students at St. Edward's School in Vero Beach, Florida. And then I had a great opportunity to come here, and now I'm going to be the director of the middle school for the school at Columbia. My coming to the Klingenstein Center was actually a 2-year process. My second year of being a dean, I went to the head of my school and told him that I was interested in pursuing some leadership opportunities and possibly becoming a head of school myself. And so we sort of sat down and he talked me through which jobs I should look at, which I shouldn't. And he had just come from the heads program at Klingenstein, and he stopped and he said, "You know what, Belinda, this would be perfect for you. You really should look into this. We would hate to lose you, but I really feel it'd be a great opportunity." And we actually talked about this for over a year and a half, why the Klingenstein was such an incredible program, what it would do for me in terms of my knowledge of leadership, and what opportunities it would afford me. So he really is the one that inspired me to come. The most rewarding aspect of the program, there actually are quite a few, so it's difficult to pare it down. And I'm sure every cohort says this, but I think really it is the cohort experience. There are just so many different diverse opinions, and I think that being in a cohort of people who are really bright, passionate about education, who are here for, who took a year off their lives, really, to pursue this. They challenge you. They elevate the level of discourse. They have such disparate opinions. It really makes you stop and think about, why do I believe what I believe, and how can I defend what I believe? And it's just been an incredible experience to go through this with them and to really be challenged by them and supported by them as well. I think that I have really had some of the most incredible experiences with my professors. I think of Dr. Sobel in our ethics class, Pearl in her class, just the care that they give us, the expectations that they have for us, but also an understanding. I mean, I was thinking of when we were going through our job searches and how much help and belief they gave us in terms of, supporting us in the journey, but still expecting work from us. I think we were challenged in ways that probably we haven't been challenged before. And I've really enjoyed the material. I've really been impressed by the diversity of material, how contemporary it is. I've loved sort of even the historical perspective that we were given about education and the ways that we were forced to think about, something that's more than just a profession for us now. So I've really enjoyed that. I feel like what I've learned in the program has really helped me to move on to my next role in two ways. One is just the fact that it forced me to think about education in a different way. What are the roles of independent schools? What is educational equity? What are ways that I can help to bring about my own personal dream about educational equity? And so really sort of cementing that in my mind, what is my educational philosophy? And I would say that the other thing is when we went through all of the case studies in class, both with the Visiting Heads program and in our classes in general, to be able to look at a situation from multiple points of view and to think about what's happening here, what are the symbolic aspects. In Pearl's class we talked about the 4 frames, the symbolic frame, the structural frame, political and human resources, and to have an understanding of how to approach a situation, to be able to step back and analyze something that's happening in the middle of this whirlwind that happens every single day at schools, and to really think of that differently and pick it apart, and to be able to address it to make sure that everything is taken care of, that people feel cared for, but that you move forward in your decision making. And I think that's one of the biggest things I've walked away with. I had a fantastic internship. I was able to go to the Children's Storefront School. It's a independent school in Harlem, and it is, I think it's pre-K or K through 8, and it's tuition free. And it's a model I'd never seen before. I was really stunned, I think, by the love that kids had for the school and the sense of family that it gave them. Um, and I was able to, it was one of the places that I was able to sort of stop and think about the culture of a school. Um, my project for them was to create a employee handbook, and how, in a way, difficult it was to be able to put into words the hidden culture of a school, but how interesting it was to be able to compare one school to another. So I was able to get the employee handbooks from my old school and from several other independent schools, and to see how some things you really have to balance according to the needs of your community, and you make choices that support your community. So it was a very, very different experience for me.